Hey everybody, it's Greg from Park Journey. Hope you're all doing well. We got a huge update for you from Universal Studios Hollywood today. So much going on with the park right now. Halloween Horror Nights is starting just in a little under 2 weeks. And obviously Fast and Furious is moving along very quickly, to be honest with you. So a lot of land clearing going on and all that good stuff going on right now. So we're not going to waste any time on this introduction. We're going to get right into the update because there's so much to show you all. Hope you all enjoy. But before I do, make sure you click below to subscribe to our channel. As always, it is greatly appreciated. Alright, so let's start off here in the front scare zone for Halloween Horror Nights. This is dolls, I believe. So as you can see, lots of scary stuffed animals and piles of stuffed animals. I'm sure they're probably not done adding stuff to this yet. But you can also see some lighting mechanisms in there and things like that, and big blue scary monster with a big drum. So it'll be interesting to see what they kind of do with that. And then on the other side, more piles and piles of stuffed animals and a big scary looking Yeti type thing. And skeletons in there for, good measure. And then over on the walls here, they've got some really cool artwork here on the wall here. They're doing some work behind there. They have been for a little bit, but you can see here your custom dolls signs there. But some really fantastic artwork. They've really gone above and beyond with some of the amazing artwork in the mazes and scare zones the last few years, and definitely looking forward to seeing more of that this year, as you'll see more in this video as well. And then here we have a boo box in the scare zone as well. And then just a look at the Dia de los Muertos area here. If you'll remember, they started this, I believe, in 2019. Started doing a scare zone, or excuse me, a food court here, and a couple bars and food and things and tables. And it's been really popular, and it's definitely a way better use of this space than a queue line for the house that used to be in this area. So definitely kudos for that as well. And then let's move over to the studio tour. So this is on the Terror Tram. You can see that they're starting to get work ready for Halloween Horror Nights on the Terror Tram. Here is some of the work being done outside of the Bates Hotel. Always a fun walk through in this area for the Terror Tram. And also the Terror Tram extends all the way up to here to the War of the World set. Obviously it's a big portion of the Terror Tram. Be careful that Norman doesn't come and get you. But here you can see some of the fences being done for the Terror Tram, as well as walkways in through the War of the World's crash site. We'll always, for opening night, we'll try and see if we can find Log Bunny where he's hidden this year. There have been some rumors that this was going to be removed from the studio tour, so it'll be interesting to see how they do the Terror Tram, if that does happen. And then you can see they're building some of the end portion of the Terror Tram in this area here. Looks like it looks a little bit more involved actually than previous years. That there's actually maybe kind of a little bit of a more of a walkthrough there in the ending of the Terror Tram. But we'll see obviously in just a couple of short weeks. And then as last year, we are also going to walk up and through the Nope sets, which was fantastic last year. So I'm anticipating a lot of really great interactions in that area. And then as we're ending the studio tour, look up at where Chucky is in this particular spot here. You can't really see too much there. You can see some of the lighting rigs, a little bit of the top of the Chucky house. As you can see here on the parking structure, they've completely blocked all of the ways that we used to kind of take a peek at these houses here in this lot. So they found our spots and they blocked them this year. But as we move around here, you'll see that's basically the outside of the Chucky house. And then as we turn the corner here you'll see a little bit of the Universal Monsters house. That is right in there. There it is, right there. So no new, pretty much the same spots as the houses last year. Moving into the park here, you can see Last of Us here. Lots of work going on the facade there for the Last of Us, and then obviously the house continues all the way around. And then The Exorcist is going to be in the soundstage in this area here. So obviously we can't see too much going on there. And then as we scroll over here, you'll see where Holidays in Hell is, which is where Killer Clowns was last year. So moving down the Starway here, you can see a little bit more of the Last of Us house. Can't quite make out what the sign is there, what it says there, but we'll see in just about a week and a half or so. And then the Holidays in Hell there, it pretty much looks like the same facade as it was in 2019, which is fine. Absolutely love this house. So excited that it's back. And then just kind of a wide view of the 4 houses that will be on the lower lot here, which will be Last of Us, Exorcist, Holidays in Hell, and Stranger Things. And interesting, as I was heading down to the lower lot, I did notice that there was some new pavement on the lower lot there. So there is a Stellar bar coming to the spot where the Weekend bar was last year. So here you can see the entrance to that. Hopefully they do a little bit of better job of the lines and everything, because it was pretty crazy last year. Hopefully they've kind of figured it out, how to move those lines a little bit better than they were. And then just a look around the lower lot here. And here is the Surfer Boy Pizza that is going to be here. This is for obviously Stranger Things. So the food booth here, no idea what they actually are having as far as food as of yet, but we'll find out in the very near future. I'm sure that there'll be some kind of press release at some point for the food. So here we have the facade for the Monstrous house, which looks absolutely fantastic. The walls came down not too long ago, so here's some details of that house. Very excited for this house, and just the sheer amount of detail here is just fascinating to me. And then as we move down French Street here, you'll see some of the scare zone that is in this particular area. They're using some of the scrims that they used last year for different kind of video things that will be happening in the scare zone. Obviously, we have our skeletons and lots of areas for the talent here in the scare zone to kind of move around and have some fun. So this will be at the exit of the Monstrous house And I really do like what they've done here the last few years, where the scare zone is kind of kind of connects to the house in some kind of ways. So it'll be interesting to see if this scare zone now becomes the house next year, because that's kind of the pattern that they've been doing, which would be fantastic because the scare zone looks super fun. And I'm not sure why, but this sign here that said pointing to the Minions Cafe kind of made me laugh. I don't know why, but I just thought it was pretty funny that there's a sign for the Minion Cafe in the scare zone. So I did want to take a moment to point out some of these amazing movie posters that they've done. These are not real movies; it's just for the scare zone, and I just think that these are just absolutely fantastic. Some amazing artwork. Kudos to the Halloween Horror Nights designers for just creating these. These are just, obviously you can tell, just a labor of love here. And I would really hope that they have some kind of either cards or something like that shows off all of these amazing posters, because they are really killer. And I really appreciate the amount of work. It makes me wish they were actual movies, to be honest with you. I would definitely watch them. All right, so let's move over into our Fast and Furious construction portion of the update. So as we're walking through the upper lot here, you can see a lot of work going on behind the walls there. Lots of earth movers and lots of things being taken down. Obviously, most of the building is now completely gone. When I got there first thing in the morning, this entire area was blocked off here, but they, as you saw in the Horror Nights portion, they did reopen that portion of the upper lot later on in the morning. And I'm guessing that they're doing a lot of work in this particular area right now, because I would imagine that they're going to want to move these walls out of the walkway a little bit more before Horror Nights, because it will get very congested in here. So we'll see, but I would imagine that perhaps they're doing a lot of work in this particular area just to kind of hopefully open up this area a little bit more. And it's funny, as we pointed out the last update, the effect show sign is still there. No special anymore. So on the studio tour here, typically we take a ride on the right side of the studio tour. I think for the next year or so, it's going to definitely be the left side here to get a look at the Fast and Furious construction here. So you can see a little bit of land clearing going on here. This is where the coaster is rumored to go below and over the Starway there, and you can kind of see, you could see a little bit of caution tape there, so that would pretty much kind of seem to confirm that. And then looking up there, you can see the Universal City sign is now gone. I'll touch on that a little bit here in another minute or so. But you can see the sheer amount of groundwork that is going on. Lots of trees are being removed. Lots of groundwork, moving around dirt and making some trenches and all kinds of fun stuff. So, the construction, basically stretches the entire road from the upper lot all the way down to the stage where the voice is, as you can see here. So lots of things here, and you can see, a lot of these trees here, they're pretty old. So obviously, it's always sad to see some trees go, but you can see there, a lot of them were, probably going to fall down at some point. So it's probably a good thing that they're kind of getting rid of some of these older trees on the lot.
I call this the strangest city in the world because it's a city for make-believe.
But as I said, this is now, basically where the fire station is on the right, and it keeps going. All the way down the hill here, you can see some more trees and things being removed. If the rumors of the layout are, to be believed, this is not really a surprise that the construction stretches all the way down to this area. They are definitely using a lot of the hill for this coaster, which will make it very, very unique, which is great. And then, as I mentioned, you can see that this stretches all the way basically down to this stage here, stage 12. So moving down towards the lower lot here, a little bit more of the construction going on. So as I mentioned, the universal sign was removed. I don't know, basically everyone just assumed that it was destroyed. I don't know that it was. I hope it wasn't, but I had heard 5-6 years ago that the sign was full of holes and rats. So the fact that it lasted as long as it did, probably kind of a minor miracle, to be honest with you. But here's a look more at some of the land clearing that's going on. So you can see here just a lot of really how big the project is here. So basically, stretches all the way from the tram road all the way down to the lower lot, and then all the way up to where the special effects and animal actor stages were, and then basically all the way around. So it might not seem like a huge project, but it is a very, very large project. Narrow but long. And then moving back up the starway here from the lower lot here, you can see a little bit more of the work going on that we saw earlier on the tram road here. We'll definitely get used to this view for the next year or so, and then obviously once the coaster actually opens, it's going to be some nice areas to get some footage of the Fast and Furious coaster as it takes shape. And then up here from the near the VIP area on the upper lot here, you can see again just the amount of stuff that has been removed. You can still see all the way over to Krusty Land. The special effects stages and animal actor stages again are completely removed, and it looks like most, if not all, of the building has been removed after they took it apart. Doesn't look like much of it left. There's some rocks there. I don't know if those were rocks that are in the ground or just still parts of the building there. And then there looks to be a little bit of a wall there. And then, as I mentioned on our last update, there's those power boxes there. Doesn't seem like they are in any hurry to remove them, which makes me believe that they are not going anywhere. That will be part of what they're going to be using for the Fast and Furious coaster. And then just moving down, you can start seeing again some little trenches being dug. Not sure if that is for the path of the coaster, or if it's just for moving equipment around, that would be my guess as of right now, because they still have a lot more land clearing to do. But I would imagine within the next month or two, most of this land will be pretty much cleared, and we might start seeing some holes for supports in the near future. Just a real quick merchandise update in the main store here. There is some VillainCon merchandise here, which I thought was funny. We did do VillainCon in Orlando a couple weeks ago. I really enjoyed it. To be honest with you, I would not be mad if they switched out Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem for the VillainCon attraction that they put in at Universal Orlando. I would not be disappointed in the least. I think it's super fun, very, very good capacity, and super fun ride. And this, I love that shirt. I would wear it. Obviously, they don't have an adult size, but I would definitely wear it. So before we head out, one look at City Walk and some of the work going on here on the former Starbucks. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're all ready for Halloween Horror Nights, which starts on September 7th. And obviously Fast and Furious. Hopefully we'll start getting some more details in the very near future. Thanks for watching, everybody, and take care.